Welcome to the Sand Science Experience podcast, where we explore the latest and most exciting papers and preprints in science. Before we dive in, please take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe share this deep dive with your friends and relatives. It truly helps support the Sand Science Experience and lets us bring you more fascinating research. Okay, so today we're unraveling some really eye-opening new research. It's got everyone talking about something most of us eat pretty much daily. Ultra-processed foods, or UPFs. You've heard this story before, but this study, it has some surprising twists. It really challenges our ideas about these, industrially made foods, the ones often packed with unhealthy fats, sugar, artificial stuff.
Exactly. Our mission today is to really unpack this clinical report from Cell Metabolism. It's titled, Effect of Ultra-Processed Food Consumption on Male Reproductive and Metabolic Health. And what's key here is it digs into whether it's just the calories, eating too much, or if it's the highly processed nature of the food itself that's causing harm.
Right, so this isn't just another calories in, calories out story. This is different. To figure this out, the researchers did something pretty clever. They set up a controlled nutrition study with males, reproductive age males. They had one group eat an ultra-processed diet, another group eat an unprocessed diet. But here's the kicker. The calorie intake was precisely matched between them.
Exactly. That's crucial. They wanted to see the effect of the processing, not just, overeating.
And the results, well, they were pretty stark, weren't they?
They really were. Despite getting the same number of calories, the group on the ultra-processed diet showed clear signs of impaired cardiometabolic health. They actually gained more body weight and more fat mass.
Wow, even with the same calories.
Even with the same calories. And what's more, we saw their LDL to HDL ratio increase.
Ah, the cholesterol balance. So more the bad LDL compared to the good HDL.
Precisely, which is, as you know, a key indicator for cardiovascular risk down the line.
So the implications here are pretty significant then. It suggests that even if you're not technically overeating calorie-wise, these UPFs can still lead to weight gain, fat gain, and mess with your cholesterol.
That's the message. And they also noted changes in certain hormones like GDF-15.
GDF-15, remind me. That's involved in
Appetite regulation, in metabolic stress response. So changes there are also quite telling. It really pushes back against that old idea that, a calorie is just a calorie. Seems like where the calorie comes from matters a lot.
Okay, that covers the metabolic side. But the study title mentioned reproductive health too. What did they find there?
Right, that's another major part of this. They looked specifically at that and found, in the ultra-processed group, a decrease in follicle-stimulating hormone levels, FSH.
FSH, critical for male reproduction.
Absolutely. And there was also a trend, maybe not statistically significant on its own, but still notable, towards decreased testosterone levels as well.
Okay, wow. Hormones directly involved in fertility.
And it didn't stop there. Even looking at sperm quality, there was a trend suggesting impairment, specifically reduced total sperm motility.
Reduced motility, so the sperm weren't swimming as well.
Essentially, yes. And that's quite a finding, especially when you put it in the context of, these broader global trends we've been seeing about declining semen quality over recent decades.
So if it's not just the calories causing all this, the weight gain, the cholesterol issues, the hormone changes, potentially sperm issues. What else could be going on with these UPFs?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And this study offers a fascinating clue. Contaminants.
Contaminants, like things getting into the food during processing.
Exactly. They found that the ultra-processed diet was linked to higher levels in the blood of a specific phthalate called cxMINP. Phthalates, you often find them in plastics, packaging materials, things like that. And they can leach into the food.
And these are known endocrine disruptors, right? They mess with hormones.
Correct. They can interfere with our body's hormone systems. So it suggests the problem might be, multifaceted. It's not just the sugar or fat. Maybe it's this sort of chemical cocktail we're consuming too.
Almost like hidden ingredients.
Kind of. And here's something really surprising they noted. The experimental UPF diet they created for the study, while obviously processed, was actually cleaner regarding pollutants than what the participants typically ate in their normal lives.
Wait, really? Cleaner than their regular diet?
Yeah. Which implies that our actual real-world exposure to these potentially harmful chemicals from the UPFs we buy at the store might be even higher than what this controlled study found.
That's quite concerning.
It is. So if we try and connect all these dots, the study gives us pretty strong evidence that the ultra-processed nature of food itself, separate from just calories, is detrimental detrimental to our metabolic health and potentially our reproductive health too.
So it really undermines the simple calorie counting approach.
It certainly challenges it. It suggests that focusing only on reducing calories might not be enough if your diet is still full of these ultra-processed items.
Moving away from UPFs, choosing less processed options. That could benefit more than just your weight. It could impact your hormones, maybe even fertility.
That seems to be the direction this points. It's about the quality and the processing of the food, not just the quantity.
This whole deep dive really makes you stop and think about what's actually in the food we eat, how it's made. It's quite something. The fact that these negative effects showed up independently of calorie intake, that's a powerful message.
Absolutely. Now, it was a 3-week study, so we're likely looking at acute sort of short-term responses. But it definitely gives us a clear signal for, more research and maybe some thought about our own dietary choices. What's the one thing from all this that really stands out to you?
For me, I think it's that contaminant finding. The idea that there might be these hidden chemicals leaching from packaging or processing. It makes you wonder what else is going on that we don't even know about yet.
Yeah, that's a big one. It opens up a whole other layer to consider.
So for you listening, maybe something to chew on. What's one small change you could potentially make this week towards choosing slightly less processed foods? Just a thought. And please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Sand Science Experience if you haven't, and share it with someone who might find this interesting. Thanks for tuning in to the Sand Science Experience.